Yeah, once again, same as before, these two racers are both renowned in the community for being very good at the game. I believe T has a bunch of world records at this point, and he has one of the craziest runs, like, regarded by Spelunky players as one of the best runs there is, with his low percent hell run that is just beyond fast. And I believe T also has the score world record right now, so... Brute also with the $3 million score run. Brute got mad at me for calling him a score runner, though. So Brute is a renowned speedrunner. So they both have their streams up. The status should be updating in just a second. And as far as things go, I think we're ready to start up this next race. So I'm going to inform the racers that we're going to get going here in a few seconds. So we got about 40 seconds until we get going. I'm excited. If this race is anything like the previous race, it's going to be bonkers. Like, oh my gosh, I hope it lasts a bit longer so that the stream isn't like an hour long. Because that was one of the shortest races we've ever had.
Another good argument for best of 5.
It is, you know, I'm starting to think. Of course, everything that we do during the season is fairly experimental, so we might see some junior and pro semifinals, best of 5 next season. But yeah, that was a really fast race. I don't know if that was even 20 minutes. Maybe it was barely 20 minutes, but that was pretty quick stuff.
Yeah, it was no time at all. You may recall in T's first race, he did it no gold.
Oh yeah, I think that was exhibition though. I think it was.
That was because I dared him to.
Oh, nice. Thanks for that. But both racers are now starting at this point, right around the same time for me. I don't know if that's the same for you, but
yeah.
Let's do a quick delay check. Tell me when they exit for you.
They both exit at the exact same time for me.
Okay, they're just a little bit off for me, so that shouldn't be a huge deal, but yeah.
Yeah, hopefully T will intentionally... Oh, he passed it up. I was hoping he was going to intentionally aggro shopkeepers just for fun.
That would be bonkers, just pulling a Samots. I mean, Samots did really well. He did pull off quite the good run considering he had shopkeep aggro, and I see in the chat we're being asked if we're going to have finals right afterwards. No, finals will be happening next week. Junior finals will be happening the week after this one, and pro finals will be the week after that, and then we're going to catch up the losers bracket in between that so that we'll get our championship a little bit after finals. Scheduling is going to get a little bit weirder as we go on from here, a little bit more unique than it has been, because, of course, the internet outage before, we have to make up junior races. We're making up one today, which is going to be Jay Siegel versus Pat Dog, so we'll be doing that right after this. But yeah, we'll be working with the schedule. Finale should be junior next week, and then pro after that, and then the championships will be the loser champion versus the regular champion. Elimination champion, I should say. We changed the name. But enough about that. Both of our racers are onto the jungle. Once again, really close race.
Yeah, the jungle already.
I'm starting to worry that this is going to be exactly like last time, and we really are just going to have an hour-long star stream.
It might be. These guys are the best.
Oh, yeah. This is what happens in the pro bracket. We just get the best players, and then it's just over in a few minutes. Yeah, they're both on the jungle 2-2 about the same time here, so maybe we'll see a repeat of the last run where both Samots and Fibonacci were on Olmec at the same time.
That'd be great. Alright, T's a little ahead for me now.
Yes, he is. He's the same for me, so I think you're a little bit ahead on T's end, but that's not a huge deal. Doesn't seem like it's anything super significant. I will refresh at the end of his run just to make sure you're not too far ahead, but we should be good. Mind's Eye, as far as the labeling goes, finals are going to be the races after semifinals, and then the championship is going to be between the two finals winners, between elimination and regular brackets. It looks like T has some rushing water. Not enough bees on his end. He's gained the nickname BT from his previous races.
Lucky exit placement there. If he had had to swim under the whole level to get to the exit, that would have been a real problem. Oh!
Yeah, but that was real nice for him. Oh, and Brute is down! So that's a huge disadvantage for Brute, an entire 8-level disadvantage. He's going to need to catch up and hope that T dies. Assuming T doesn't die, he has this race pretty much secured.
And Brute immediately resets on 1-1.
Oh, that's too bad. Alright, well, T was employing the strategy of carrying a landmine around through the ice caves.
I had plenty of time to grab another one.
Yeah, it's an interesting... you know, I personally carry landmines through the ice caves because you could get a terrible wet fur level, and then having it around is nice, but of course, then there's the fall damage, where if you take fall damage in the ice caves, there's a solid chance that if you do land on a platform, you'll still die to your landmine.
Yeah, it's risk-reward.
but it definitely is smart to wait until 3-4 to get the landmine. Of course, if there is no landmine on 3-4, then you don't get it for the temple.
Nope. No,
Speaking of 3-4, that's where T is at right now, and he is a little bit blocked off, so that was a perfect landmine for him to use. That was a really odd layout.
Yeah, into the temple. 4-1 while Brute works on 1-4.
But yeah, that's further enforcing what I was saying before. If T hadn't carried the landmine through the ice caves there, he wouldn't have had one on the temple at this point, because he would have used the only one he had. But he's moving on to 4-2, while Brute is on 2-1 at this point. It's up to whether or not T dies on his run, whether or not Brute has a chance to win. A little bit awkward situation with lava there. Yeah, using a rope is a good choice there. So T's going to move on to 4-3, nearly at Olmec at this point.
That was his first rope usage.
Yep. So T is on his first seed, and Brute is on his second run. Technically his third, since he did reset on the mines once.
2 ropes left now for T.
Ooh, that's a little bit worrisome. If there are bad spawns on Olmec, he's going to have to work with that.
Well, he's. I think he can do the 4 bomb strat, which will save him some spawns.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if he's watching Brute stream, it would be a good choice to do safe strats at this point. Of course, you know, safe strats are never safe on Star League. We've all learned that very quickly. He's going fairly slow so far. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be doing safe strats here. But there is a hole down there, so we'll see how he works with that. Ooh, this might not be good for him.
That worked out.
Alright, yeah. And Brute ends up dying, and I hear rushing water level had to go under, and unfortunately that ended his run. And Olmec goes down for T. So the first race is going to go to T.
4. Yeah, another first seed win.
Good job, T. Kind of sucks for Brute, though. He definitely didn't have it as easy as T did. I think T's seeds were generally mostly easy. The temple wasn't that much of a challenge for him, and the biggest deal was the landmine he had to use in the ice caves, which wasn't even that much of a problem, considering he was carrying one. Yeah, really fast races so far. We have yet to see one where one of our racers doesn't win on their first seed. Thus is the problem with the semifinals and finals of pros. We'll see.
Yeah, well,
it's tough. It's tough. There's a lot of pressure at this point.
They know what they're doing.
But now Brutus had a little bit of time to warm up. I bet he's going to play a little bit better at this point. We'll see what happens.
That's right. He's going to redeem himself right now.
The stress of semifinals, man. If I was racing right now, I'd be a little bit panicky too, because of course, you know, at this point it's like, am I going to make it into the finals or am I going to lose, you know? Of course, this is elimination, so if a player loses here, they still have a chance to win it all. It's just, you know, a little bit more difficult. But I kind of like to see Brute make a comeback and then overtime on the third race just to have the most ridiculous ending. Right,
you just want to pad it out.
Yeah, I just want. We need time. We need to stream things. But we're gonna have the race start in about 40 seconds here. This game is pretty easy. Yeah, not great for tournament organization. People keep on just winning and winning and winning. Happens really quickly. And we'll be starting in about 10 seconds here. We're always working with delay to try and get our races started at about the same time that we do. I'm actually going to refresh T's stream right before we start here, though, because it seems like Rudd is a bit ahead of me, so hopefully that'll fix it. Alright. Let's get started with the second race here. Let's see if Brute can make the comeback. So T entered before Brute on my screen. Is that the same for you?
No, on my screen, T buffered out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got him back now, though.
Alright.
He's just exiting 1-1 right now.
Okay, you're still a little bit ahead of me, so I think we're just going to have to work with that. Oh well, not a big deal.
I'd like to see one of these guys have to pass up another perfect speed shot.
Oh yeah, Pibonacci ended up getting a teleporter compass on his 1-2.
That should be good enough for world record.
Yeah. Perfect snake pit for T here, so he's gonna have a quick level on 1-3. Of course, Brute is also on 1-3, but didn't have such luck, so he's gonna be a little bit behind at this point.
Oh boy, the spider above the exit, that's the worst. What is he doing? Oh, well, okay, yeah, the spider can go away there.
Oh yeah.
When it's up against the wall, you're gonna have to burn a bomb.
Yeah. And since it's low percent, you have to avoid the pace, otherwise the run gets invalidated and you have to reset. It's a very interesting threat, items. We have yet to see a run get invalidated by item usage.
No.
It's not very often that it happens. Yeti Kings, spiders, generally the bosses, like the mini bosses, like Old Bitey and such, are what drop items in the game as an enemy. And of course, we rarely see kills like that during low percent, but it isn't impossible. Like you said, sometimes you'll have to bomb the spider in that situation, but back to races. Both of these guys are on the temple at this point. Brute is entering 2-2 as T is leaving it, so...
Yeah, in that situation, you can't bomb the spider because the pace will fall down on top of the exit. What you gotta do is bomb the terrain at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then run under the spider.
It's always interesting about low percent. And oh, of course, the giant frogs. I forgot about those guys. Dropping spring shoes every now and then in a situation where you need them to not do so.
Yep.
But T had a little bit of a situation there on 2-4, and still is having a situation. It's going to slow him down a lot.
Yeah, this is a very slow level.
Brute has I Hear Rushing Water, so that might slow him down too. We'll have to see what happens. Ooh, and he lands in the water, takes some damage, takes 2 damage, and 3! He's alive! Making it onto 2-4 as T enters the ice caves.
Yeah, 1 HP is not a lot of fun.
Especially considering you have all of the ice caves and the temple left. Of course, there is the argument that the ice caves and the temple more often than not will kill you regardless of the amount of HP you have, because the abyss and like mummies generally will kill you no matter if you have 4 or 0 HP at the time.
That's very true, however, Brute just died to a piranha.
Oh, yeah. He's back to the mines once again, dying on 2-4. I believe he died on 2-4 last race as well, so that's really unfortunate for him. Once again, T has a massive lead at this point, and it's in his hands whether or not this race is going to be his. If he beats Olmec here, clearly Brute doesn't have a chance to catch up in the time allotted, but if T does die, it's not over. Brute still has a chance.
Yeah, Brute's really gotta be hoping that there's some sort of a level troll or a mistake that T makes here.
Yeah, as far as things go, Pib and Samoth's race had much easier seeds. The jungles for these guys have not been very kind. But T is onto the temple at this point, so let's see how it treats him.
He's got a Prayers to Kali level. Those, not an easy one though. I mean, not as easy as it could be, but not difficult.
Yeah, and his landmine is going to save him from an awkward Thwomp and Anubis situation, so that's probably one of the best situations you can use a landmine in. Brute is still trekking his way through the mines, about to enter the jungle, so he still has a pretty solid chance if T does end up dying in the temple, but his play has been spot on so far. Very few mistakes. All 4 health, 4 bombs, and 4 ropes at this point, so we'll see what happens.
Oh no.
Ooh, that's going to be 1 damage for T. Not a huge deal. Hey, it could be the 1 health that he needs to complete the run. We'll see.
Another Prayers to Kali level.
This could be great, could be terrible. Looking great so far.
Could be good on a score run.
That was nearly an entirely straight down level for T, so that's lucky for him. He's going to be moving on to Olmec here. So it's all dependent upon his play on Olmec. He can't do safe strats at this point, if I'm not mistaken. Well, not as easily. He does have to do a few Olmec smashes.
We've seen plenty of deaths on Olmec, even in the pro bracket, so...
Even with safe
Brute
strats
still
and
has
everything.
a chance. That's right.
Alright, let's see what happens to T. So far so good on Olmec. He's doing fast strats. And... oh! The enemy spawns... he makes it. The enemy spawns knock him back onto Olmec, and he has enough space to jump back onto the rope, and he is going to take the win for this race too. Once again, winning on his first seed.
Yeah, I think the time there was 3:36. That's about on pace with Pib's first seed.
Oh man. That's going to be the end of that race. This is a very short bunch of races, but T is going to take the victory here. That means he's going to be moving on to the finals. So the finals, are going to be DT versus Fibonacci, which I'm pretty excited for. Those two are some of the best in the entire games community. Brute, of course, is not out of the woods yet. He's going to be going on to the elimination bracket and has a chance to come back. So we'll see what happens.